Ubisoft added some brand new weapons to Far Cry 6, which I hope will be obtainable for everyone soon. We got new skins for some familiar weapons added to the Far Cry store that would also be great to get at Lola. But this new drop once again significantly highlights a major problem with these overclocked guns. And I also quickly want to touch on the MK2 mods that are of course exclusive to these endgame weapons. So we got a ton to discuss. If you like the Far Cry content here on the channel, then leaving a like on the video would of course really help me out, and let's go. You can enter my current Far Cry credits giveaway for 2,300 credits via the link in the pinned comment, and of course be sure you are a subscriber of the channel if you want to participate in these giveaways. I will be announcing the winner this coming Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on the updates, but more on that a little later. And these giveaways are of course a way for me to give you a chance to get some of the items from the Far Cry shop. But so far Lola has proven to be a great alternative for that, with the Factor last week, and now we got the 00 sidearm that you totally want to get with Moneda before the timer of Lola shop hits 0. I go more in depth on these weapons in my previous video, which I will link to at the end of this one. And these items are part of bundles we see in the store, and actually getting those weapons at Lola gives you a discount on these Far Cry credits prices. But I would be shocked if we did not see the solo weapons in the equipment tab at Lola too. So I think we're getting the brand new Miami Strip grip, or at least a regular version of this weapon, at some point in the future. This is a brand new auto pistol with a similar rate of fire compared to the other sidearms. I really love the reload, and you'll be seeing that often because just like the other auto pistols, this A99 has a very small magazine. Like, it will be hard to take out multiple enemies without reloading. Sure, it's possible, but you should not count on it. That's why it might be smart to change from full auto to burst, because with a burst headshot you still instantly take out enemies and can kill way more of them before you have to hit the reload button. As with other sidearms, you will mostly be rocking this weapon for fun, or when other guns are out of ammo, then it will totally get the job done. Put of course armor piercing rounds on it, a compensator if you want to go in loud and still get the increased accuracy. And what is interesting is that you also find a regular black skin for this gun in the skin section, which is not part of a different weapon yet. You first think, awesome, the skull remains, but no, that's just a UI issue. When you like equip the skin, it will be gone, so that's kind of sad. But yeah, we also had a regular skin for the Factor, so maybe that's an indication of that these weapons are coming as their regular type in the future too. For mods, you do notice it a small bit when you put the MK2 preloader on it. It improves the speed of replacing a partially used mag, so might be smart. And I do want to go more in depth on the mods in a future video, because I totally think that some are not as impactful as you would think. Same for like going from the regular MK1 mod to the MK2 variant. Here you see a regular PPSH reload with the increased reload speed mod, next to the new Eldritch Truth PPSH with the MK2 variant. Sure, it's a bit faster, but not that much. Again, we'll take a closer look in a future video, because right now I want to discuss a different problem. And that is about the overclocked weapons we can of course buy in the Far Cry store or at Lola. I just showed you the new PPSH Ubisoft added to the Far Cry store with the really cool skin, multiple lights, a sort of forge from the looks of it, and the tentacles on the weapon. Great skin. You also unlock it on the regular PPSH 41, and then you would be like, okay, but why would I care? I got my hands on his new version. Well, the thing is that this brand new version has less damage, because if we compare this overclocked PPSH with the regular one, we see that the regular variant has the exact same stats, only that the damage is higher. When you overclock that new PPSH, which increases the damage, this of course something you can do on every overclocked weapon, you still don't have the same damage as the regular one without the overclock mod. Sure, it's close, but you spent gunpowder to get the damage on the same level. I don't think this intended. And the same is by the way the case for the new overclocked RMS heavy metal variant with the dragon that is breathing fire. It looks pretty cool, and the RMS is of course one of the best shotguns in the game, thanks to the fact that you can very easily one-hit kill everyone in quick succession. But yeah, this new dragon version has less damage than the original, and when increasing the damage of the dragon version, you still don't have as much damage as the regular RMS. Also, this regular RMS has more mod slots because you don't lose one on an overclocked variant. So I think we can argue that the regular RMS is overall just better and you don't have to spend gunpowder. Luckily, there are weapons that do work as intended, because I don't think, again, that this is how the overclocked weapons are supposed to work. We namely got the Heaven and Hell M9 pistol, which does get extra damage on an overclock mod, but also the ability to equip a pointer, and it has 2 extra mods compared to the regular M9 pistol. So if you like the M9 pistol, then when this weapon appears at Lola, it will be great to get. But overall, if you already have the P226, which you get from one of the final main story missions, like you cannot miss it, then you're looking at a quite similar weapon. So it's not really necessary to switch. I do like the skin on this Heaven and Hell though, so hopefully, again, we see it at Lola's shop. But the biggest increase is for the Jade Dragon, which is an upgraded version of the M133 with 2 mod slots instead of 0 on the regular M133. You can, of course, also apply this new skin to that weapon, but there's no reason, because without the overclock mod, it already deals more damage than that rank 1 shotgun. And when you then do decide to spend the gunpowder, it's really up there as the highest damage shotgun in the game, more than the Spaz, a bit more than the KSG. The downside is the downtime between shots and the insane reload time, which is common on these shotguns. We of course got a tactic for that with the sidearm reload all weapons. You heard about it by now, right? Only the 1887 is a real competitor here, and to be fair, it's kind of about preference. But yeah, that does mean that if you already have this weapon, which is just like a guaranteed get at Lola for 600 moneda, then there's no real reason to jump to the M133 unless you really like this Jade Dragon skin. And there are more weapons from the Farcry shop that have a high chance to appear at Lola. So far we only had completely new weapons, and the only one that is left in the shop next to the Miami Strip is the M12 with the Siege skin. Maybe it already drops this Tuesday. That would like follow the same trend. Fingers crossed. Other options are the Watch Dogs Legion Desert Eagle. So then we basically have an MK2 Desert Eagle. Don't get too excited yet though, because at the time of this recording, this weapon also has less damage than the standard Desert Eagle. Sure, I still want those MK2 reload mods, which are again a bit faster, but at least give us this variant then, which looks way cooler, and this was from the chromatic pack they released recently. We know that the first big title update is planned for a release soon, maybe this Tuesday already, so hopefully that fixes these overclock issues. Or if it's intended, then I obviously think that that is not the right call. But I'm curious to hear your take in the comments down below. When we know more about this update or other items appearing at Lola, I also got some other Far Cry content planned. Just subscribe to stay up to date on the game. A like on the video would really help me out. And totally check out that previous Far Cry video on the items you can get this week, including that awesome 00 gun, by clicking on the screen. For now, I will speak to you in the next one. Goodbye.